Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you have not subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. And God bless Biafra. International human rights group testimony put fake BUHARI and the Nigerian army in big trouble. They said that Nigeria is a terrorist state, killing Biafrans and displacing Nigerians from their ancestral land. The fraudulent contraption called Nigeria is a terrorist state designed by the British colonial master to fail from the start. Nigeria was never designed to prosper, but it was designed for the British government's selfish interests. Nigeria must dissolve urgently because it is a global threat, and for peace and stability to reign. The Fulani Nigerian jihadist government is a terrorist jihadist government, killing innocent Biafrans and Yoruba people because they have refused the Fulani terrorists to occupy their ancestral lands. Yoruba Nation freedom fighters protested in Ojota, Lagos, and it was disrupted by the compromised Nigerian police and Tinubu urchins led by MC Oluomo, and 2 innocent Yoruba youths were killed for committing no offense. Fulani terrorists went on rampage in Igodomigodo, Edo State, that is Benin, where they kidnapped over 30 train commuters and a court judge. Yet, the useless, compromised Nigerian police and the military have not apprehended any of the Fulani terrorists. But the Nigerian police, controlled by the Fulanis, Janjaweed, were seen shooting innocent, peaceful Yoruba Nation agitators protesting peacefully. They shot them and killed 2 of them. Whereas terrorists, Fulani terrorists, are busy kidnapping people on the train. And yet, nothing is done. Nigeria is a terrorist state led by Fulani terrorist jihadists and has become a global threat and a threat to the existence of the indigenous people in the fraudulent contraption called Nigeria. After over 60 years of crying to the British and other world powers without solution to these threats, to this Fulani terrorism, Nigeria must be dissolved either peacefully or by force. Biafrans and other agitators are now ready for the final battle for survival and existence against the Fulani jihad war. We are ready. We know that it is the British government and the multinational oil companies that are using the Fulani Janjaweed to oppress the indigenous tribes in the fraudulent contraption called Nigeria in order to allow them free access to Biafran oil and gas and other mineral resources in the whole of Nigeria. But that will come to an end. INT'L Society has exposed the compromised Nigerian military on how they aided the Fulani terrorist jihadists masquerading as herdsmen and slaughtered over 410 Igbos and kidnapped over 600 Igbos in 2022 alone. According to INT'L Society, the Fulani terrorist jihadists were aided by the compromised Nigerian army to kill and abduct Igbos in the southeast region, especially Enugu State. The Fulani-controlled 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, Enugu, is behind the recent influx of Fulani terrorists pretending to be herdsmen into Enugu State and killing and kidnapping innocent Biafrans in Enugu. The Nigerian Army and police goes about into Biafran villages, especially Igbo villages, hunting locals and local vigilantes with then guns and other weapons used for hunting and self-defense for the purpose of disarming them and making their community exposed. They go into the villages collecting the hunters' guns, and other weapons in order to make Biafrans to be defenseless and vulnerable for Fulani terrorist invasion and attack. An American lawmaker in Texas, House of Representatives, Jarvis Johnson, has asked the fake Buhari's government to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately and stop the genocide against Igbos. Honorable Jarvis also calls for President Joe Biden's intervention to compel the Fulani Nigerian government to release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. According to the American lawmaker, Honorable Jarvis Johnson, he said that he is demanding for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu and that the Fulani Nigerian government must comply with United Nations mandate and orders of Nigerian courts. He said that the Fulani Nigerian government is carrying out another form of genocide, one citizen at a time. Honorable Jarvis Johnson called on the U.S. government to get involved to stop the genocide against Biafrans. Honorable Jarvis said that the American government have protected other countries around the world to help vulnerable populations and tribes, and that they need to do the same for Biafrans and Nigerians now before things get out of hand. My brothers and my sisters, this is what they need to do, because if they don't do it, the Fulani Janjaweed will be emboldened, and when they are emboldened, they will do something worse. But their end has come. They have nowhere to run to. The Fulani Janjaweed must go back to Futajalon, where they came from. And they should stop disarming Biafran hunters in their villages. They should stop disarming innocent Biafrans in their villages, making them vulnerable for Fulani attack and invasion. That must stop. And all the Fulani generals that are responsible for the influx of Fulani terrorists into Biafra land must stop that. They must stop it. Enough is enough. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. And bye-bye for now.